Another point to be discussed here is that is Mu'jiza and miracle to reject those rulings of nature or not? Then the rulings of the nature is that when you get close to fire, it must burn you. Your flesh must be burned by fire. Ibrahim alayhi salam gets into fire, comes out. And fire turns into cold, pleasing thing for him. Is this to reject the rulings of nature or not? There are two views. First view is that yes, mu'jizat, miracles, they reject and negate rulings of the nature. So these are beyond the rulings. Mu'jiza is from the realm of Allah's command, and in the realm of Allah's command there is no ruling. This is one view. But other scholars, like Allama Tabatabai, they say no. It's not rational to think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does miracles out of regulations. Because as Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salam said, Adallahu an yajur al-umur. What's the rest of hadith? Illa bil-asbab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rejects to do things without their causes. You know, creation, what Allah creates, it's only by will. إذا أراد الله بشيء فيقول له كن فيكون. Allah says be and it will be. This is khalq. Sometimes they ask us, you see people are changing things, they are doing cloning, they are changing the creation of Allah, like for example making a man into a woman, these transsexuals, turning a woman into a man, they are doing surgeries. Are these to intervene and challenge Allah in His creation? No, because these are not creations. Man is not doing creation. By some surgeries, you're not creating anything. Allah created things out of nothing. Can we create? Can we create something? Something which is very close to creation, yes, we can create, but not in this world. We can create in the world of our mind. In our mental world, we can create. Right now, all of you imagine in your mind, close your eyes and imagine an apple, a red apple. Now a green one. Now a building. Now a car. You just need to will and you create it. And in your mind, it's not difficult. There is no difference between creation of an elephant or a fly, as Allah says in the Quran. So we can create something like creation if we want to make it understandable. It's in our mind, in our mental realm, in our mental era now we can create. But whatever we do on the earth in this real external world, it's not creation. So we are just using some elements to make them in different forms. So we are fa'il, we are subjects, we are not illah, real illah. We are not creating anything. That's why philosophers will call us mu'iddat. We just make it prepared to happen. We are not creating anything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rejects to do things in this material world from a kind of miraculous way, by his will, direct will. And everything comes through causes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established the system of cause and effect. So there are causes, chain of causes, and the effects. And this is nizam al-ahsan, the best order. If Allah was about to interfere in things directly by His will, then there was no iman bil-ghayb. Yu'minuna bil-ghayb, to believe in unseen, is just to see the causes. And if you have faith, to see the real cause behind all these causes. This is iman bil-ghayb. Otherwise, if Allah was to interfere in things so directly that you could see it, then there was no iman bil-ghayb. Nobody was mushrik, nobody was kafir. So there was no test. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established a system of cause and effect. That's why we see in the evils that sometimes they say, why God is not helping us, why people are dying. Allah is not to interfere in things. Allah has established rules, has given you intellect, capability, then you can change by your, and cause changes by your own decision. So, Allah believes that this is the rule of Allah. Aballahu an yajri al-umura illa bil-asbab. So, in this view, even when Quran and miracles come, it is through the regulations. But we have two sort of regulations. Al-ilal al-adi, ilal ghayr adi. Those normal rules, those extraordinary rules. We have two levels of rules. We in this world are familiar with these normal rules. That, for example, if you put water into the freezer, it gets freezed. This is a rule. If you put fire on something, it will burn it. This is the rule. We have experienced these rules which exist, and when they are repeated and repeated and repeated again, then we have to derive some general rules out of them. That fire burns, water kills fire. Out of our experiences, we have come to derive these rulings out of what exists in the nature. But these are not the all rules. There are rules which are beyond our experience. These are beyond our experience. We cannot experience them, but they are there. They are out of our access. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has those rules also at His service. And He rules the world by all these rulings. So miracles are from that nature. Because of that, not only today, after millions of years, nobody can turn